Hello, people. How are my peeps today? I'm just waiting to see. My computer's doing something weird, and I don't actually know if it has kicked into the live yet. I have all my other devices out so I can show you other things the easy way. And let me just switch. Okay, I think I'm live. I don't know why it's looking. My display's all weird. Why? Because it's technology. I actually sent a message yesterday because I had registered my son for something and I hadn't heard back. And I thought, I feel like I should have heard by now. So I just very nicely sent a message saying, hey, just curious if I should have heard back by now or not. I just want to make sure that the registration went through. And I got the answer back today saying, I'm sorry, I'm working as fast. And I said, no problem at all. I just have a lot of technical glitches and I'm just making sure this isn't one of them. So it's very funny. Did I say this was Tracey? Stampin of Demonstrator, friendly neighborhood paper pusher, and so very far behind right now on my live. So yesterday was a PD day, which is part of the problem. And even though I knew it was Tuesday, somehow yesterday wasn't a school day, so today was Monday, but I knew it was alive and I was doing a thing on a Tuesday. Some days my brain just, yeah. It was a very busy morning. Last night we found out, or last night, it was actually today, like midnight, we found out what the new online exclusives that are going to be released in July. As demonstrators, we see them a month early and we can order them early. So we saw those, which is always very exciting. I love new stuff. And there is some nice stuff in there. The thing is, we were hoping that there would be a Christmas suite in there that we could use for extravaganza. There was not. So we'll be waiting till the next one. So in the meantime, everybody was expecting it to know the information today. So I was busy messaging stuff and going crazy. And I got distracted. I've been like so busy like with answering people and doing things and register. And it's almost like 3/4 sold out without even saying what the products are, is because it is that much fun. Like that day is just awesome. And we have some people coming from out of town this year that we're going to see for the first time in person at our events. And it's all very exciting. But yeah, completely lost track of time. So, and also I started to prep a project. I had a great idea to show you, because anything that makes me go, oh, I figure I should share with people, because then they'll be going, oh, too. But I completely forgot. So my project's not 100% prep, but I can show you the key part and then I'll finish it afterwards, because I'm so far behind. Okay. So let's get through some business and then let's get to, plus I have all sorts of show and tell I'm going to show you. I'm just going to start having show and tell like I'm in, elementary school, because, the good old days of elementary school. Yeah. Anyways, so today I did the Mission Monday. Yes. I did the newsletter. Yes. Tuesdays with Tracey. Time's a little off. Yes. I will tell you about those. So yeah, noon is the deadline. I will tell you about that when we get to it. Okay. I got all this stuff covered. Mission Monday. So I wrote, when I put this in the post in the newsletter and stuff, I put that I left it particularly blank, like not super, so that you guys could add your own things. I can already tell you, one of my cards will have an embossed background, like this part. One's going to have DSP. My shapes are not all going to be square. When I explain this stack of stuff to you, I can guarantee you one of these is going to be the shape in one of my cards. You can add embellishments, you can add die cuts, you can do whatever you want. I think I may have possibly made my first card ever without any color and any die cuts, and it almost didn't have embellishments, and it frankly could have, because you can barely see them anyways. But I like to jazz things up, but I'm giving it to you guys to do your thing your way, right? I printed this graphic off last week sometime, because I have a schedule. I have a calendar now that tells me what all the stuff is coming up, and I knew every second week, and that means every second month it's June, and yet I still somehow forgot to put this in the newsletter. But the last chance products have been added. Now, sometimes they will change the discount on things. Here's the thing. I haven't had the time. I told you, it's been a busy day. I have not had the time today to go and compare the lists. Sometimes I will, and if there's any like stellar stuff, I will let you know. There's a lot of stuff has already gone like in the discontinued thing, which means you cannot get it anymore. The last chance is stuff that's going. There's a good, I don't know, dozen items that were on low inventory, and they'll go fast, especially anytime it's a big ordering day. Like today's a big ordering day because all the demos can pre-order from the new online exclusives, plus a new sale just started, plus there's 2 new kits out, plus some stuff's back in stock. So like it's a big ordering day. So anybody who is waiting on other things or needs to top up their order or wants to do something, will go over and check out the last chance and pick things up. So if you want something, don't to wait. Okay, so here's what I was going to show you though, because I don't know if everybody knows this. And I know that things look slightly different. This is just on my iPad, phones, computers, whatever. But in general, the idea is the same. There's going to be a menu, right? A little hamburger, as it were. We hit drop down. You go to specials, and it's going to say last chance products, right? And it's going to show you. So it'll say last chance. And if there's if some of that stuff is reduced, like if the price is reduced on something. Sorry, I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get my camera to focus, but two, I think there was one item. See, something might have sold out already. I think there was something in front of this. I don't think the first item when I looked this morning was a card pack. Let me just scroll down a little bit. Okay, so what I think, no, I think I'm right. Okay, so when I looked at this morning, I'm pretty sure that the first item in the list was the cloud cover ink pad. So pretty sure it's already sold out because it was there this morning and is gone now. But anyway, so these ones show, like this shows it was a regular price, $13.75, $9.62 now. Oh, a bunch of this stuff's on sale. Look at that. So it says last chance. So if you're looking at it, like this is to go find all the stuff like specifically. But if you're looking at an item, like you're like, oh, I want to look for kits, and you go look, well, these two kits are going to show up in there and you're going to see this little fuchsia flag on it. So you'll know anyways, but this is just the quickest way to find out what's on sale. And oh, there's some good stuff. This Adventure Together bundle, love it. Oh, some good stuff in here. Anywho, I can't tell you, like I can tell you a bunch of this stuff. Like what I'm scrolling so far has all been newly added. I don't think it was on there before. It's a bunch of recent releases from online exclusives and stuff is what it looks like right now. Some of the stuff that was on here before, and the discounts are all very different, might have been originally discounted at one price and now they've changed it and added even more discounts to it. I don't track it that close to be able to tell you. So it is worth it if you're going to look to Bow Punch. That's one of the ones that was on low inventory when I looked. Oh, the Timber Embossing folder, one of my absolute faves, from $15 to $6. I realize that's out of focus. I'm sorry for that. I don't know why. I moved my hand and now it's like wonky. But anyways, yeah, it's worth having to scroll through all of it because some of the stuff might have changed. And when they add it and they sort it, it sorts by number. So if they've added something old, it will be farther down the scroll, right? Just things I've learned. Okay, the other thing you want to know is right now when you go on there, and again, I apologize because I keep making my thing go out of focus. This usually works, especially if you hum along. It's not working this time. Well, oops. Right here, it says sweets. So that's one way if you want to see what all the different sweets are, is right there. You can just go look for the sweets. But again, if you go back to where we were in specials, it says here sweet sale. And if you click on that, I'm just going to scroll a little bit. It will show you all of, I'm just going to have to change my page. Look, it will show you all of the sweets that are eligible in this sale, right? So you can go through here and you can flip through. Lord knows you've seen a ton of celebratory sips, sweet samples. That is a whole lot of, because this is a super popular, I'm just going to see how many more S's I can come up with. Sweet. So if this is the one you want, and you can hit shop now, but this will give you an idea. Anything in any of these sweets is on sale, and you can mix and match. It's going to show you for demonstrators. If you're a demonstrator and you're looking, it will show you the new ones that just released in the pre-order. They count, but that only counts for demonstrators. Sorry, another good reason to get the starter kit. And the ones, any of the sweet stuff that is in the last chance products, it's still there. It'll still show up in here too. So like you can seriously mix and match. Look at boho vibes. That's what we're doing later. The one thing you need to know though is the way that the ordering system is set up. And I put this in my newsletter, but just so it makes more sense. It doesn't work the way I think it should. Sorry, a little passive aggressive comment there. Just zoomed in really far just to have to unzoom some. Why is that not unzooming? There we go. If you order 2 sweets and a package of DSP that happens to be in a suite, it's going to give you the DSP as the half price item because it's going to take whatever the lowest is. So if you order 2 items out of any suite, 2 suites, 2 bundles, 2 stamp sets, 2 whatever, if they're in any of the suites, it's going to give you 1 at full price and 1 at half price. The lowest one's always going to be the half price one. If you order 3 items, all from suites, it's going to give you the lowest price at half. If you order 4 items that are all like parts of those suites, doesn't matter if they're like the full suite all the way down to just the embellishments, it's going to take the 2 lowest price items and give them to you at half price. So my thought was I could order 2 suites and I could order a couple packs of paper and I could order some embellishments. But if I do that, it's not giving me the suites at half price, like the actual big price. So if you want to get 2 full suites, so you want to pick the boho vibe suite, which is, I don't know, $80 or something, and the kintsugi suite, which is $150. I don't know, I'm making the numbers up. Order them on one order. This will give you $150, and it'll take the second suite, the boho one, and only charge you $40, right? You're saving yourself $40. Close your order, you'll earn Stampin' rewards on it, good to go. Then if you want to order a bunch of little things or a bunch of bundles, do it the same way. If you're ordering 2 bundles from suites, I would do that in a separate order because you're already going to be over the threshold for shipping. And that way you can get like an $80 bundle, and then the next $80 bundle will only be $40. Because if you order 2 bundles and a pack of paper, you're getting 2 $80 bundles, and they're going to take the one $17 pack of paper and split it in half. Right? The system is just going to automatically do this. It's not going, okay, I see you have 2 bundles, so I'll give you one of those at half, and I see you have 2 suites, so I'll give you one of those at half. So just make sure if you're ordering that you order correctly. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will help you. And I love. It is a personal challenge of mine, and I absolutely love to do it, to figure out how to maximize the most things I can get for free. Starter kits, you want to get your starter kit at exactly $165. Not a penny over, not a penny under, not a penny left on the table. Let me know because I love the challenge. But yeah, I will tell you the best way to do it because at a certain point you got to consider shipping, but there's a lot of stuff you can do before shipping becomes a factor. Like I said, I nerd out on this stuff, quite like it. Let me know if you need help. Okay, that was this one. This goes for the month of June, right? It goes till the 30th. It is supply dependent. So all the people that are just going to go nuts and start ordering all sorts of things, some stuff's going to go out of stock permanently. Some stuff will go out of stock temporarily. You rolls the dice, you takes your chances. I think that's the expression. Yeah, sooner is better, but whatever. I am putting in a group order as well, which as much as that might get confusing, I probably could add sweet stuff to it, but it's also just for some of the other stuff. So if you just want like 1 or 2 little things or some of the last chance stuff that's going on sale, don't want to make a full order, let me know. My order is going in by like 8 o'clock tomorrow morning at the latest. And I delayed because of, I'll show you in a minute when I get to the other thing. I'll do it now because that was the last of my stickers. Okay, just a minute. Let me just hold my phone back so I'm not punching in my code on. One of the new things, sorry, I do want my iPad back. One of the new things that Stampin' Up put into, just when I got to find something that's out of stock. What do I know that's out of stock? Oh gosh, darn it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. The one thing that I know is out of stock is there's always embellishments out of stock. We'll go there. Is on the demo order. And I can't show you that right now. Okay, here we go. Greetings for all. So this is one of the new things that Stampin' Up put into place within the last month. So I want to order this ephemera pack. By the way, this ephemera pack is phenomenal. I have extras of those. And they're cash and carry. So if you're looking for one, I have extras. But that's not the point I was trying to make. So right now it says that this is out of stock. But they've added this little place here that says, send me an email when it becomes available. So you put your email address in here and hit notify me. Then when it comes back in stock, as has happened today, you get an email. This is for something different. But when the Circle Punch first came out, it was back ordered. And when it first released, it wasn't in stock. Something had happened to the shipment. So I did the thing. I tried it out. I put in my email address, So lo and behold, if I don't know, half an hour ago, I didn't get this email saying, great news, it's back in stock. So I now know the circle punch is in stock. So I immediately went to my open order, which I started this morning but haven't sent, and added the circle punch. Right. So here's another thing. I know some of you guys were waiting for circle punches. So if you're making your own order, good on you. Don't forget to put the circle punch in there because it's back in stock now. And these punches are super popular. Punches will, this one is going to go like rather quickly and then it will come back in stock again. But if you don't want to wait, if all you are waiting for is a circle punch and you just want to do group order and we meet up kind of thing in the area, let me know and I will add another one for you to my order. Oops. Okay. I think that's enough stuff about products at online. So very exciting. I do get, like I said, I do get excited and nerd out about all this stuff. We are just under 2 weeks until we get to our retired product sale. And I have been on a purge, man. There's going to be lots of stuff available. 6 demonstrators, so you got lots of selection to begin with. And from different like time frames and eras and price ranges and all sorts of stuff. I didn't realize it when I booked it. I realized it today when I was looking at something else. This also happens to be festival days in Morinville on the Saturday, Sunday. So we're just off Main Street. So you'll be able to like come in and park and it won't be an issue. Or shouldn't be an issue. But on Main Street, there's car shows, there's vendors. If you go at the opposite end of town, which town is not that big, 5 minutes away, the opposite end of town, the leisure center, I think that's where the food trucks will be. Plus, there's usually some kind of sports competition or something going on. There'll be all sorts of things happening in Morinville. So come and shop, plus enjoy festival days in Morinville. The parade's later at night. There's fireworks, I think. Pretty sure there's fireworks. But yeah, come get some good deals and party in the small towns. Okay, so I told you Christmas extravaganza. It's such a popular thing. 75% sold out. We got 9 seats. I think we actually might have 10. I think I did round up. I think it's actually 10 seats that are left. Let's go with 9 though, just to be on the safe side, until I double check. So yeah, it's on the 4th of October. Right now, we are just going ahead with everything as planned. The only thing that changes is we have to wait for the mini catalog, which as demonstrators we see on the 30th of July, to pick the product, finalize all the upgrades, and like if you want to get the bundle or the extra stuff. So that'll all happen by the 31st. I will do what I did today. I will send out emails and post on all the groups and do all the things. Then you guys have till the next day to register. Because the thing is, in order to get all the stuff, the 1st of August is a Friday. It's the Friday of the August long weekend. And on the midnight, on the Monday of the August long weekend, we can put in our big group orders to get all the stuff to make sure we have, or like the pre-order stuff, I should say, to make sure we get it as fast as possible. I'm going to expedite mine. So it gets here. I got to make the cards as quick as possible so I can get all the dimensions and all the costing done so that we can make sure that we have everything right. So tomorrow can start cutting. There is not a lot of turnover time. So the deadline, hard and fast, noon on August 1st. I'm not spending my August long weekend doing math. So yes, you have to wait till July 1st. That is just the way it is. We want the best product possible, the best experience possible. This is so much fun to do. And we just need to wait for the next round to see what that is going to be. If you are registered, and I changed the poster and I put full registration and underlined it, because I do get a lot of questions and I do get people wondering how come I didn't get confirmation on my registration, and it says it right in the form. There's a form that you fill out with the information, the details of what you want, your address and email and stuff, so I can send it back to you. And at the very bottom it says e-transfer the amounts to this address. When you've done both those things, then I send you an email saying now you're confirmed. So for right now, registration means pay the initial $120 fee. And then at the end of the month, end of July, when we discuss all that other stuff, you're going to add stuff or upgrade or get the bundle instead of just the stamp set. I will tell you what the difference in price is and how much you owe, and you send it to me. Problem solved. But in order to be eligible for the early bird draw for a set of dies, which we're doing on Friday, you need to have a full registration done by noon on Friday, this Friday. We know it's dies because if nothing else, there will be good standalone dies, or there's always something. The mini catalog, we have a pretty good ability to predict. There's a ton of sweets. Usually we have been able to pick a stamp set and dies that go together. The stamp set comes as part of the thing, and then some people choose to pay just a bit more and get the dies. Those dies are generally what the door prize, like the early bird prize is. And then if you've already said, oh, I want to get it, in this case, it'll work out great because nobody's paid for the extra dies yet. So, but otherwise we refund you. So we are getting close to sold out. There is not a ton of seats left. You will have to wait to find out what the product is, but I can guarantee it's going to be good. The projects are going to be good. And the more important part is, awesome bunch of people. We've got some people traveling from out of town this time, which is going to make it so much more fun. There is snacks, there is games, there is prizes. And the hard fast date for registration is August 1st. There is an option that you can get all the same stuff except for the in-person experience. I can't replicate that in an envelope, but where you could just do a porch pickup, either in Mornville or in Edmonton, one of the two of our places, you'll be able to porch pickup and get all the same like products and stuff, and you're eligible in the door prizes too. And there is a mail, like a to-go mail option that we can do anywhere in Canada. So those ones, we still have lots of room for those two. Those are two options. But for the in-person, don't delay. Okay. I have so many like interesting updates today. The June Full of Charm kit. This is like such a pretty looking sample. It says we knew ahead of time. It coordinated with the Floral Charm Suite collection that we knew was coming up in online. Well, we got to see it last night. Sorry, you guys don't get to see it till the 1st of July, but we got to see it as demos. And I can tell you that there is a bundle. There's a stamp set and dies. Very nice. The font that comes with this stamp set, like there's a bunch of images, but then there's some sentiments. The font, oh, I love the font. It's gorgeous. And the dies have like dies that will cut out the outlines of things, plus standalone dies. Lots of very nice. A really pretty floral DSP. I wrote down ribbon and I had to write slash trim because it's actually a sort of a braided, thicker braided trim. It's very nice. And the embellishments I've completely forgotten. But there's embellishments. I just don't remember what they are. So if this appeals to you, just know that you can also get an entire suite on the 1st of July that goes with it. So, but this you have to respond by the 10th of July if you want to get this kit. So just giving you a heads up. The suite is nice and it coordinates with this one. 2 new kits came out. It's almost show and tell time, guys. I'm almost done. This one is called Pop-Up Pals. Oh, you know what? I never did check. I can check while I talk. I go to the Australian. I go to the site of an Australian demo, and I scope on her stuff because it's at 8 o'clock. Excuse me, at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. I know what's going to be released in Australia, or no, sorry, at 8 o'clock Monday morning Edmonton time. I know what's going to be released at midnight because Australia is already there. So I went and looked on her site, and usually it's really easy, but this time both of the kits were like completely different prices than anything has been before, and so I had to kind of guess. Well, I did my conversion, but then I had to guess which way to round. Oh, I was so close. Okay, the good news is one's $1 less, so I was right about the $13.75. So this Pop-Up Pals kit has 4 cards in it, which seems like a little bit less, but these cards have like big pop-up insides. So when the outsides are fully decorated, and then when you open them up, it pops up. It's very cute. So that's one of the new kits that's available. I can only show you paper, but if you want to add that to an order, let me know, because like I said, I got a group order open. And then the other one is called Make a Memory. So this is the one where the rounding, I'm like, I don't know which way they're going to go. And originally I had $49.50. And I'm like, $49.50 or $50? Which one are they going to go with? Well, as it turns out, this kit is only $49. So look at that. I just saved you $1. That's craft math. I just saved you $1. So this is a Stampin' kit that makes 3 2-page 12 by 12 spreads. So like 2 open up. These kits are amazing. Look at all these. I love the colors in this one. Oh, fantastic. Anyways, that's the new kits. So this is how I remember things. I need visuals because my little squirrel that's running around on the wheel in my head, that's as good as he can do. Okay. So I'm getting this ready because I was going to show you a project. Or not a project. I guess it's a tip. I'm still in tip mode from last time. What am I looking for? Dies. Boho. That's not what they're called. Sunshine vibes. That's what they're called. 62. Okay. I have to have that open for my next thing. If you've been watching the stuff I've been making lately, I always have leftover stuff on my desk. from various different things. And I usually, when I like, sometimes just when I'm playing, sometimes I just don't want to do what I'm supposed to do. So I'll see like leftover bits on my desk and I start playing and making things because I'm a grown up and that's how I do it. But anyways, I thought, I should really show you some of the things I make up and see if you can figure out, oh, that's left over from, this project or that project. Plus, this weekend, I had a very busy weekend, but I got to meet some lovely people at our little get together. That was very nice. Hello, ladies. I had one of the team perks I get from being on the demo team that I'm on is part of a bigger sister group across Canada. And so this is the once every 4 months they do like an all-day event. And I was having such a busy weekend. I have watched one video. I watched the very first video and made the very first card. I think there's 12 altogether presentations and projects, and I haven't even got past one. Just been having a bit of a busy run. And yesterday it was fixing the fridge, and then anyway. But I did do one card, and it's a stunner. This is the one where I told you I think I may have for the first time ever made a card. I will eventually show you the rest of the projects. I will eventually complete them, but I just don't have it yet. I think this is a double diamond gatefold, I think she called it. The lovely Tamara Bertram. This is her card. But yeah, black and white. I did put embellishments, and I can see them, the white embellishments, but they don't really show up very much. So it almost looks like there's no embellishments, except for twine. You got to have twine. And yeah, no die cuts. Shocker for me. But look at this card. And you can put the paper whichever way you want. I absolutely love this pattern of paper. This like what wash star. I don't know what it is. I absolutely love it. But look at this card and it stands up. Isn't it nice? Oh, it's fantastic. Friends really are the flowers in the garden of life. So anyways, I made one project from this weekend out of 12. But I will, like I said, I will get to the rest. Those of you who are like waiting with bated breath, the 6th of September is Holiday Head Start. I do this every year. I always call it Holiday Head Start. It's either the last week of August or first week of September. This time it's the 6th of September. And we get together and I show you all the stuff in the Christmas catalog. I don't show you all the stuff, but I show you a good percentage because between me and what I can borrow from friends, well, a friend, we buy a lot of this stuff. Plus I have the catalogs available, plus any samples I've been able to make or whatever I've been able to gather up. Plus we'll have some of the new kits by then too. There's a bunch of like months where 3 kits are going to come out, and I expect there'll be some Christmas and possibly Halloween themed or maybe Thanksgiving themed kits coming out. So as much of that stuff as I can get, I have it. So it's all on display so you can see it. Because sometimes you want to see it in person to figure out, is it going to work or not? And then we make 3 or 4 projects for Christmas, like early Christmas cards for those that got to get a head start on things. So I can show you 3 cards. I think there's going to be 4. I just haven't got that far yet. I haven't decided if the 4th was going to be a card or maybe it might be a like a treat holder or a bag. I haven't decided, but I do know we have 3 cards. So this is the set we're using, and I have completely forgot what it's called. And you can't get it yet. It's coming in the mini catalog. I had to think what's coming up next. It's coming in the holiday mini catalog. So it won't even be available till September, but we were able to order it early for an event, a demo event in June. But I absolutely love blues, especially navy blue, even though this one's Misty Moonlight. Oh, yep. I seriously have completely forgotten what the suite is called. Anyways, it's phenomenal. So there's card number 1. And it does have some Christmas sentiments, but it also has some everyday sentiments, such as this one. And I will be honest with you, I couldn't decide it has glimmer paper. I think when I showed you some of the bits and pieces before, I forgot the glimmer paper. I wish I knew what I did with it. This one I have a whole bunch of different ones cut out because I kind of like this in the darker color too, but I wasn't sure if a blackbird on a sympathy card was a good idea or like a secret sea, a really dark one. But look at this paper. Isn't this paper stunning? And these little flowers. Anyways, that's card number 2. And maybe my fave, card number 1. Look at those. I know, I love that suite. So we're making some Christmas cards. So I will have that poster and that stuff will be out for next week. I'll be ready to go by then. I just need to put that down. Okay, so then I was making I was making elder cards. That's where these came from. And So this is not at all what the elder cards look like, either one of them, but these are my leftover cards. So I tried it in white and I didn't like it in white. And then I tried it in crumb cake and I liked it in crumb cake. And then it has a totally different like background. But then I had these pieces left over. This is because I cut one too many, and then I had pieces left over. So I started grabbing scraps off my desk. So I had lots of these left over. This is mixed media. I absolutely love this bundle. I've made so many projects with it. And then I had some birthday things because you can never have too many birthday cards. And this one I like sponged the background on and put some embellishments. This one I like the way the embossed background is different than the embossed front thing. I don't know. Crumb cake's one of my faves, right? So these are two. But as I said, I made 12, I can't remember, of these like outline kind of cutout things. So I have a schwack of little everyday arches cut out of crumb cake. So you know that I'm going to be making a whole bunch of cards with these lately because that's how I roll. Because you can't waste these things. And if I want to make a project where I need like 8 or 10 of something, of course I'm going to design it with something I already cut out. So I had those two. And then I don't actually remember. So yeah, seriously, because and this also answers the question: how do you design like some of your cards? Because most of my stuff's original, and it's because whatever's on my desk at the time usually works. One of the card kits I made, the Share a Smile one, had little note cards in it. One of them had a cactus. I was trying to make extra note cards, which I think I did show in the video. I was making extra note cards, and I love this Cactus Cuties, which is a retired stamp set with a punch. So I was making extra cactuses. So I had extra cactuses, and then you see this white one. This is from cutting out of this card, because this one I actually embossed the whole thing, then cut it out, and the other ones I cut out and then embossed. So because I got to try, see which one works better. So then this is another one of those leftover cards that I just like. I always have bases and stuff. All I had to do to make this card was emboss this layer. The card base was cut. This layer was cut. I embossed it. I took this piece off my desk. I took these off my desk because I always tend to make extras. I took this little piece. Look at this card. Like I was having so much fun with playing with the leftovers. And then I did make 2 more projects. So for the kit together, I always have table treats. And this is a little note card that I made. And it had a big chocolate bar in it. Because they don't always have to be 3D. I liked this so much. But the piece of chocolate, like I don't have any, the big, the big Merci chocolates. I couldn't make a treat holder that wouldn't constantly fall over. I couldn't make the rainbow stand up. So I wanted a way just to have a little like fun rainbow. So this little note card can sit on your desk afterwards, and it's just happy. And you know what it says inside? Enjoy today, because we should all enjoy today. So I made this card. This sun is from a different set. I'm just trying to remember which one now. Pretty sure it's the thermos set. Yes, it is. Warmest Heart. It's a thermos set. And I absolutely love the sun and that set and the sun from it. So it worked. So this was my little boho vibes card. I absolutely love it. And the suite has paper that goes with it. And these are the colors in the paper. So that's why I used it, right? So it is a little, bohemian, a little. But one of the people that was coming to my kit together. Oh, by the way, if you want to know how you put chocolate inside your note card, you put it in upside down. You're supposed to put your cards in like backwards for 2 reasons. One, then all the embellishments and stuff on the front doesn't like hit the cancellation machine in the post office when it goes through. So just a minute. So this way it makes this side flat and this is the bumpy side. So that's one reason. But also then when you open your envelope and you take it out, you get to see it as you go. Now, normally this is right side up, but that's fine. So all I did was put them in like this, and then I put the big flat chocolate bar in like this. So yes, the envelopes were a little puffy, and I didn't want to seal them because I also wanted people to have the option of being able to use the note card afterwards if they wanted to send it to somebody, if somebody needed a little pick-me-up. So all I did is once the chocolate was in, I just took a scrap of ribbon, because then they have ribbon to play with too. Treats are supposed to be treats. You're just supposed to get fun things to play with, right? Or snack on. And I just tied a bow like that. Right? I love my 3D treats, but you can also have treats just in note cards. So that was those ones. Sorry, I need my card back. So yes, love this little boho guy. Now, the reason I had to get my catalog out is to show you that this is the boho suite, right? So this is the whole suite collection. So anything you order from this in June counts towards the 50% off dealie. So as you can see, there's paper and there is embellishments, which I do have. I just don't exactly know where they are. I mean, they're on the card. The Daffodil Light ones are on the card. There's the dies, and here's the stamp set. I didn't buy the stamp set. Sometimes I don't. Because when I looked at the stamp set, there's some basic sentiments which are good. And then I looked at the other stuff and I'm like, I don't foresee the cards I'm making using those. So sometimes it's okay to just buy the dies. So here's the dies. I will tell you, when I was putting this whole thing together and putting it in my little case, I was a little like, what the heck? Why there's two of the small things? So if anybody knows why they would put two of the smallest arches, but only one of everything else, let me know. Because I'm just like, what? I don't understand. What am I missing? Why is there an extra one of those? Is it meant to be something else and not an arch? No, I just don't understand. Anyways, it doesn't really affect things. So this is the card. And I used all of these pieces in different colors to make it. Now, I also had, like I said, a young girl, an 8-year-old was coming. And so I thought this is kind of a grown-up rainbow. I want to make a little bit, plus the chocolate was dark chocolate or had nuts in it or stuff. So I thought I want safer stuff. So I had some like younger child suitable chocolates and a little box because then it's more fun, right? So I wanted to make a little rainbow to go on top of it, but I wanted it to be more primary colors. So that's where, oops, pulled the wrong thing off. So that's where this die comes in. I just need to move that out of the way. So this die does two things. This one will cut the shape out. So I cut this white back piece that I stuck all of these onto, by the way, adhesive sheet. If you don't have adhesive sheet in your stamp room right now, throw it on your next order. Adhesive sheet. Oh, one of the greatest things ever. Put it on the back of the cardstock, and all of these things become stickers and they stick straight down, and it's easy peasy. So this big outline is where I got the white piece that I stuck all of these pieces to. And then there's this sticker. This is not a sticker. There's this die that cuts out individual little pieces. Now this is great. I need 5 different colors for my rainbow. So at first I looked at this and I'm like, oh, do I just cut like 5 rainbows and then each one of them the colors will just be in a different order? And I thought, no, because I know Roy Jabev, right? You guys know Roy Jabev? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Roy Jabev. Okay, learned that in, I don't know, elementary school. I'm now 58. How many years have I known Roy Jabev? But I do. So I was trying to think, I'm like, no, I want them to go in a certain order. How am I going to do this? So here's what I came up with. And I thought, this is like kind of obvious, but at the same time, I had to think about it to think about it. So maybe it's not as obvious. So maybe it will help one of you make your fun card at some point too. I need a little sample. There we go. So here's what I did. So if I put this on just a sheet of paper so you could see what you end up with. So this is my outline that I got, which you could also just have like as a card front. You could put stuff in it, or you could freehand stuff in there. So I would say the negative image also has potential. But then you also end up with, because of the way I cut it, oops. Now, if I had put, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you real quick. Just a minute. I know I'm late, but I'm going to show you anyways because I was going to try to explain it, but it's going to be a little wonky. So here's a tip for you. It's really easy. My disembodied voice coming there. It's really easy to sit at the craft desk, and you know this, for hours on end and not ever get up, right? So I purposely designed my craft room. So if I need to cut cardstock or if I need to die cut something, I have to get up to do it because I put everything. I mean, I could have put it in arm's reach, but I purposely put it out of arm's reach. So I would have no choice but to get up. Okay. So, because this is stuck. So this one, I'll show you the difference. I should have done this both at the same time. I did this one on purpose this way because there's something I wanted to show you. Where's my other? Stand by one. I left one piece on the mat, on the trimmer. There we go. Okay. I'm back again. So this one, because I used both pieces, right? So I cut that out. It gives me one of these. Okay, so all these little pieces come out, and I'm left with this. And I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm going to figure it out for one of my cards, how to make use of this. And I don't know if I want to color this. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to figure it out though. So this gives me, by using both of them, I get a big cutout and I get this. By using just this, I just get a flat white one that is the shape of the rings. By cutting out this without the outline, I'm going to get another set of these little inside pieces, which you're going to find out are the part you want for what I'm trying to show you. But I just now have an extra set, so that's good. But now you get this. So now you, because you didn't cut the outside piece off, so now you get this. So now putting this as a card front with, like, the DSP is too far. Well, the DSP I have to walk for too, but just putting anything underneath like this. I'm trying to think. Seriously, I don't have a single piece of DSP anywhere conveniently that I can just grab. Look, I have a little treat holder on my desk. So you put some kind of fun DSP behind it and you get like a funky outline, right? The stuff from the set probably make more sense. But so you have lots of options with the dies on how to make them work. Okay, and I will play with those later. I told you before, I always have spare parts. So this is what happens when I go to make these cards. After I'm done here, I'm going to putz around for a little bit and play. I'm going to have all these extra pieces. So you never know what's going to show up in a card because I have all these pieces, but something will show up. That's where my leftover cards come from. So some people say leftovers as in I prepped them and now I'm making them. Mine is leftovers from other cards, making new cards. Okay, so here's my point that I was going to tell you though. This is what I found out was the easiest way to make more of a primary color rainbow. Cut your rainbow out of white cardstock. And again, this is not a genius idea, and I'm sure other people have done it for other things. But why it took me, like, I had to actually sit and go, okay, how can I make this work that I don't have, that all my rainbows can be in the same color order and not just make it work, is this. That's the answer. There's only 5 arches. There's not 6. So you got to pick which of the Roy Jabevs you're leaving out. I think when I did this the last time, red. So Roy Jabev, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Roy Jabev. So, and I think those are the colors. If you're curious, Poppy Parade, Timid Tiger, Daffodil Delight, Shy Shamrock, Azure Afternoon, and the Light Blackberry Bliss. It's your choice which ones you want to use. I've used different ones before when we didn't have these colors, but this works. I also know, I Googled it, because at one point I'm like, do rainbows always start in the right, like, which is the smallest color and which is the biggest color? And I did find out that red is the biggest color, violet is the smallest color. But because we're not, scientists doing our dissertation, we are card makers having some fun and inspiring people. You choose whatever order you want. If you want the biggest one to be purple, then color it in that order if you want. If you want to color it in whatever color you want, do that too. If you want to color it in totally non-rainbow colors and one of them's leaves, do that too. So I'm just going to go with the normal one. So this is all I did. I just took it, and because blends are my favorite coloring medium, you don't get the lines and the marks. So I didn't have to, normally when I color in little circles. Little circles don't work as well on long skinny items. So in this case, I'm just doing this. I'm using the brush tip, and yes, probably would have made sense to move the other ones out of the way, but and then just have a look at it afterwards, because part of the reason I'm doing it on the card, just because blends will go through if you don't, you have to color them on something, because blends will go through the paper like this. But I'm going to put it on white paper. So I want to be able to make sure that it's colored solid, And that the contrast shows better on cardboard color than it does on the other one. Okay, this time because I've knocked them over now, I'm gonna do this. So I think in this case, I'm gonna skip the green because I only get 5 of them. I think that's what I did last time. I have to 100% remember. So this is all I'm doing. And like I said, you don't have, I mean, you could color upright, you could use the bullet tip, but because the brush is bigger, and if you put it kind of sideways, you just cover more area per stroke, which gets it faster. Roy. You get the idea. I've started now. I don't know what I just did. I picked up something and I just made a big black streak, which I think I did the last time too, which makes me wonder if I shouldn't look at my lens to make sure there's nothing on the side of it. I got a bit of a black streak here, so I'm going to, I just did it again. What am I picking up that's giving me little black marks? So here's the thing. When I made the box with the chocolates in it, I also made the little label that said enjoy today. And again, this is how, I told you this is how I roll. I tried it in 2 different colors. So what I will do when I put my little rainbow together, I'm just going to do, because this is also how things get designed. You know, oh, I couldn't decide where to put something. My little enjoy today is going to go right about there because it's going to cover up the black marks on my yellow arch. Roy Jeb of blue. Yep, I do the alphabet in my head all the time too because I forget halfway through what I'm doing, what my thing was. I moved, now that there's only 2 markers left, I can't remember which end I was pulling from. When there's a bunch of markers, it's easy to remember. But look at that. Primary colors, all in the same order. So if I wanted to make 5 of these, then I just go and put them on. Now I put mine in the middle of my sheet, right? Because I wanted to show you these 2 things, and I will use this because, like I said, I could put this on a card front and use this as the to get them in the right order. Oops, I forgot to put that guy on there. But if all you wanted was the loops, the arches here, then you could just put this guy right on and cut them out and cut and like squish them all together as much as you wanted to. You don't have to cut them out of the middle of a piece of paper, but it gives you options. So many options to play with your rainbows. This is as far as I got on this card. I hadn't actually got the whole way. And this one, because I was rushing, I did not actually put the sticky strip on the back, the adhesive sheet. Look at this rainbow though. How can you go wrong with rainbows? So, oops. But these pieces are big enough that I find that with white glue, they're fairly easy to glue down, which is what I did on the other one. So here's 2 things for you. I kind of sort of mentioned it. I can put the thing like this, right? It's kind of fun. It's a little whimsical. It's not even straight. The bottoms don't line up. It's whatever it is. I can use this, which I cut out of, as a template to get my thing on top, to get my pieces. And here's the other thing I discovered this weekend. This is my take your pick tool with my little putty end. The putty end is really good for moving these things around. So now I could use this. And I'm using this as my template to get everything lined up on the bottom. So all the bottom pieces are lined up together. And then I can carefully lift this up. And now I actually have a rainbow that's, you know, straight and even. I could also, if I've cut one of these, I can also use this and it will line them up exact spacing how it was cut. Or you just throw them on, glue them down, whatever works for you. If you wanted to, you could have it like a straight sentiment across the bottom. Something like this. And actually, now that I look at it, I kind of like that better. And so I might just do that. Oops. You know, it just occurred to me. I could have cut this out using our foam adhesive sheets. The ones that's like one big sheet of dimensional. And then all my rainbows would have stood up. And then I could have put this up too. But I could use like a little sentiment or something like that and just make a straight line at the bottom. And that would help me line up my things on the bottom. You know what totally happens? I put this down. It says enjoy today. As soon as I saw today and this rainbow, it made me think of the Today Show logo, which looks something like that. Anyways, that was my tip. Instead of trying to cut multiple times and have all your colors in different orders, just pick them. And here's the thing. So this one, I did this color. This one I've cut out. I'm going to do these, maybe more of this boho color. I don't know. I will have some finished cards for you when I post this later today. Right now, I'm going to let you go because I'm I started so much later than I was supposed to. But there was so much to tell you and so many fun things were happening today. But yeah, I love this sweet. This was very well received as the little table treats as well. It's a great little sweet, whether you buy just the dies or the whole sweet. I bought most of the sweet. And it's not to say I won't buy the stamp set by the time I'm done. I just didn't initially because this is what I wanted to make and I didn't need any of the stamps to make it. All right. Okay. So remember, the circle punch is back in stock. I am putting in a group order by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So ideally, let me know tonight, although I am up early in the morning. If you need to add anything to it, there's 2 new kits you can add to. There is the sweet sale going on. If you're ordering a bunch of sweet products and you're not 100% sure about the best way to order to get the maximum sales, let me know, or maximum deals, maximum free stuff, let me know. Friday is the deadline for early bird draw for extravaganza, which is already 3/4 sold out for the in-person event. So seats are going fast. Anything else, let me know. I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. I have a busy week ahead, but I will be posting things here and there, and I will be back with my, I don't know what to do with my clipboard, my Mission Monday sketches, one of which will have one of these guys in the corner instead of the square to show you on Friday. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great